Yo, what is going on? That is a weak clap.
Bruh.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Timothy here from Collegiate Aesthetics. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are not from Hong Kong, you probably don't know that the gyms have been closed for around 2 months now. So, how do I say this? Your boy has been getting smaller. Unfortunately, but it is what it is, and I've been reading some books, listening to podcasts, so I've still been making some brain gains. Anyway, I did not go through an existential crisis or anything, but I decided to write down some thoughts that I've had during this time, and I thought I'd share them. I'm not a life coach, I'm not a life guru, so take everything that I say with a grain of salt. But if it does help you, smash the like button down below to help out the YouTube algorithm. And without further ado, let's get started. So, recently I've been reading Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life and Antidote to Chaos. Having only read 7 rules of the book thus far, I've gathered that a more simplified perspective of viewing the way of being is to seek progress and strive for excellence in particular fields of life, whilst finding ourselves in an eternal struggle to strike balance between order and chaos. From the evident horrors of the past century manifested by tyrannical dictatorships of multiple nations, it is unequivocally true that over-orderliness is far from desirable. Yet, more often than not, we find ourselves seeking order from the chaos we frequently find ourselves in. That is the way of life, or in other words, c'est la vie. We're constantly confronted with dubious situations, beleaguered by financial debts, authoritarian rules stripping us of freedom, emergence of a worldwide pandemic, etc. I've come to the conclusion that each individual has an idiosyncratic way of perceiving what they think of as the right balance. Some may seek for complete control over their daily routines with inordinately structured plans by the minute, just so they can go on with their day on a scheduled manner. Some may seek for constant flexibility in their lives to avoid the excessively orderliness that they find constraining and restrictive. It is also possible to find ourselves having varying degrees of orderliness in different times. Whatever your preference is, you still have to find that balance and set your mind on a task where you try to be better at. You might argue you can just simply do any task and do it for fun, without the need to set a standard for how good you are at that specific field. You can always just play ping pong or for fun or play video games without the need to level up. However, if you come to think about it, there's always a scale of proficiency for any skill or field because the lack of standard will simply result in a lack of meaning. If there's no goal or aim, the act of doing that task is pretty much futile and meaningless. The fact that you should try and be better at something, be it an athlete, a medical professional, or even a professional esports gamer, is not because society simply forces you in that position or else you would go broke and not be able to afford basic commodities. Yes, that may be a huge factor, but without anything to strive for and with no desire for improvement is in fact the very meaning of meaninglessness. Even for something as simple as video games, all games have a system for leveling up. The more you play or you rank up, the better the skill level that you have acquired. What I'm trying to say is, pick a task, maybe something that you're good at or interested in. Explore and see if you can get better at it. Eventually, you might just be able to discover your prowess of some sort. You might be wondering, how does this pursuit of meaning relate to fitness? I'll get there in just a second. I was contemplating the future and how my plans were affected by various factors. The possibility of leaving my hometown due to increasingly worrying authoritarian measures from the government. Missed opportunities are in favor of my career due to COVID and the trepidation of the unknown. With all the things that I have no control over, there are in fact a handful that I can. Some of you may know me personally and know that I'm in my third year bachelor's degree studying clarinet performance in Manhattan School of Music. Perfecting my craft has always been a priority of mine, and I've always dreamt of influencing people with my music as either a soloist, orchestral player, or a member in a chamber group. To be a successful musician requires countless hours of hard work and refinement, no matter if it's in the technique of your playing or exploring the musicality realm of things. Working on fitness is also another one of my priorities. Fitness is in a way a microcosm of life itself. You cannot choose your parents, your genetics dictate how you look to a certain extent, your height, your bone structure, your muscle insertions, etc. Yet, there's still a lot that you can change. You decide what food you eat, the way you train, the work you put in will all reflect that. Your discipline in the field of fitness is what defines your ability to help set that order in place and limit the chaos that is either binge eating, letting yourself go, losing control over your hedonistic desires to satisfy your temporary pleasures. It's great with aesthetics and all of that good stuff, but most of all, fitness builds character. Don't treat your body like an ornament, but an instrument. Working on your physique, or simply your health for that matter, is what I regard as the first step to setting the right path for the better. As one of my friend Joshua always says, you just have to be a little bit better than yesterday. Not by a lot, just a little bit better. If you can't control what foods you eat and the effort you put into the betterment of your health in the first place, don't complain about how everything else is going on wrong in your life or that you're the victim of circumstances for having met these constant challenges that beset you. It doesn't have to be fitness either. Work on anything, on one particular field of skill that you're good at, and strive to become better or the best at it. The reason why I fell in love with fitness is because your health and well-being translate to other fields of performances as well. So it's essentially one of the best things to do for killing two birds with one stone. As Dr. Jordan Peterson said in rule number 6, set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. In that case, let your body be your house. Treat it like a temple. Start working on yourself today. Start now. Now, here's just my 2 cents in the matter. I'm not a life guru again, and you may or may not disagree with what I have to say. Either way, I wish you all the best in your own pursuit of meaning, and don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. This is Timothy from Collegiate Aesthetics, signing out.